Hi, and welcome to the general love reading for February 8th, 2019. So we're going to be looking at the next 7 days and what they have in store for you as far as energy, dynamics, what to expect, and you know how your person's going to be, okay? If it's not February 8th, that doesn't mean that you can't watch this. This is a timeless reading. Just whenever you see this, just know that it's going to be for the next 7 days, all right? Before I begin, I wanted to thank Heidi. Heidi is a viewer who donated the Wildwood Tarot to me. I judge just about every tarot on what the Hermit card looks like, because that's my favorite card. And that's a nice Hermit card. I really like it. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to Heidi for making that donation. And you know, if you want to make a donation to the channel, just know that everything on the channel's wish list is going to go right to the channel. It's not for anything else but for the channel, okay? And that is available in the description, okay? As well as information about how you can book a private reading with me, all right? Okay, so that said, let's go ahead and name the piles, okay? Pile number 1 is the blue Lapis Lazuli. Pile number 2 is the gray Bloodstone. Pile number 3 is the white Opalite. Pile number 4 is the black Obsidian. Pile number 5 is the purple Fluorite. And pile number 6 is the pink Rose Quartz. All right, so as you're picking your pile, again, I just want to thank Heidi and everybody for your great support. We just got 12,000 subscribers, and that's really exciting. I mean, I'm really thankful for the impact that I'm able to have on your lives, okay? And it means a lot to me that I'm putting out some content that is appreciated. So thank you so much for all that support. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the first pile, the Lapis Lazuli. All right, moving these others out of the way real quick so that we will have some room to spread out what you guys get. Hi, number 1. All right, so we have the 3 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? We have the Coffin and the Sun, and we have the Fool or Innocence. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's just focus on the tarot first. Okay, we have in your relationship this week, there's going to be some movement. Okay, however, it's not going to be real fast movement. It's going to be slower than maybe what you'd like. Okay, it's just but what it is though is it's movement forward in your relationship. And in both cases, it looks like your person really wants to be taking care of this relationship right now. They really want to make a gesture towards you of some sort to let you know that they're on the same page as you. And I really feel like those of you who have been with your person for a little while, you're going to experience more stability in the relationship. So what that means for me is that maybe it's going to be defined better, maybe it's going to kind of level up a little bit and that kind of stuff. But there is definitely movement forward, okay? And again, this person really wants to share something with you. It might be done in a kind of cute way, you know, but it's at least, you know, it's at least a really, like, it's genuine, okay? They really mean it. We also have the 3 of Wands. You know, I think about the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands as being traveling cards. You know, we're talking about taking action, and both figures are looking over an ocean. I also associate it with long distance, so that might play a factor in your relationship this week. So it could be that you guys are going to travel, or you guys are planning to travel. But what I really am getting in all 3 of these cards is that this person is thinking about moving. Okay, every single one of these cards, the person's moving and they're offering something. They want to give you something, okay? This one's more passionate, right? These are more stable, okay? So that stability is going to override the passion, but it's not like there's not going to be passion there. And I just see just something new coming for your relationship, all right? and positive, right? And then we've got the Lenormand that's like, yeah, it's going to be an end to something. It's going to be an end to the previous phase of your relationship, and it's going to get better with the Sun. So there's going to be an end to something, okay? And it's going to get better. Now, with this particular card, looking at these other cards in context, I feel like what is ending is that there was some kind of distance, maybe a withdrawal. Maybe there was, maybe there's even you guys recently went through a time where the two of you weren't talking as much, okay? But there's some kind of moving forward where the two of you are physically more connected, or the two of you are talking more about becoming physically more connected. I don't necessarily mean intimately, I just mean that you're going to be physically close to one another, okay? That's more a message for the long distance people, okay? And it's just like they had the time that they needed to be by themselves, or to sort out what's going on, or maybe it was you, okay? It could be either one. I feel like most of this is going to be your person, and now they're able to come forward because they've got everything sorted out, which is great. And then we've got the Fool, or Innocence, and we've got that coming up is just kind of sealing the deal that, yeah, there's something new coming to this. Now, I do want to mention that in combination with the traveling card, right, that we have the Fool begins his journey, okay? And so this new beginning could be moving, okay? So I do want to mention that there might be literal movement, or maybe moving houses or something that would either be, talked about this week, or maybe you guys are actually doing it this week, okay? So understand that's, the big theme is movement forward, stability, and new beginnings. All right, guys? So those are some nice themes. Righty. Hi, pile number 2. Those of you who picked the Bloodstone, we've got the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Chariot. Wow, this is some important stuff here. We've got the dog and the garden, and then, wow, this is the Death card. We've got transformation. Okay, so we've got 3 of our tarot cards are major arcana. Wow. Okay, so we've got so first let's talk about the Emperor and the Queen of Swords, okay? Because they're both very similar personalities. The Emperor is more about discipline and, really just embracing the masculine characteristics, okay? So there's going to be, your person might be kind of stern and kind of solemn and that kind of thing, needing things to be tactile and that kind of thing, right? And then we've got the Queen of Swords, which also is like, yes, she's receptive and everything, but ultimately she lives mostly in her head, right? So we've got 2 figures that are kind of closed off to the feeling area, okay, of their hearts right now, okay? This doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. It's just that they're not really focusing on that right now. Okay, so you'll notice that your person's going to be really intellectualizing things a lot. Okay, but we do have the chariot, right? So this week, what's going to be happening with them is that they're going to be marrying the head with the heart to move forward. Okay, in the relationship. Now this will probably not happen until next week as far as the actual forward movement. But the chariot energy lets me know that the intention's there, and that they're becoming more aware of the heart level, okay, of your relationship. We have the dog, which is a very, very loyal person. This person's not going anywhere. This person's not interested in anybody else. The dog also represents friendship, okay? There's nothing bad about being friends with your person, because seriously, that's very important, that you get along, you have a good, strong foundation. We do have something happening in public. It could be that they're sticking up for you in public. I'm just trying to think, we've got the dog in public, so it's like, maybe you guys are going to go out together, but it's going to be more like as friends, or maybe it's going to be something like, your person's going to stick up for you or show their loyalty to you. They're going to demonstrate that somehow in some kind of public place. And, you know, those of you who are just talk on the internet, you know, it could be on an internet forum on social media or something like that. But yeah, this transformation is happening. This death, this change is happening inside of them where and I do think transformation's a better word for it than death, because it's not like they're gonna give up the side of them that's very rational and ideological and, you know, that kind of thing. But they're gonna also bring in the emotions, okay? And that's what's transforming inside of them. It's almost like there's a fire inside of them that's a catalyst to bring about all of that more romantic, emotional aspects of themselves. And you know, I don't want to give the impression that just because both of these people are considered more you know, more thinking oriented, that there isn't any feelings there, because a person can't feel loyal and you know, as like strongly as a friend and that kind of thing if they don't have feelings. Okay, so they do have feelings, just that this is going to be the part of them they show you the most this week. All right. Okay. Hi, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the white opalite. So your person, we've got the 8 of Cups, we've got the 9 of Wands, wow, the 8 of Swords, we have the Child, the Anchor, and Desire. Okay, I believe that this is the same as the Chariot. Let me just check here. Yeah, 7 is a Chariot. I blanked on that. Kind of embarrassing. So yeah, you've got, so you do have a desire to move forward. Okay. So I just feel like this is the more important to mention before we start talking about this kind of stuff, because this is, you know, you've got the emotional level, you've got the passionate level, you know, and then you've got the, you know, in the head, what's going on. So you've got a full picture. They're trying to get away from something that's unhealthy. It's something they're kind of embarrassed about. I don't feel like this is in the relationship, but this is something that affects the relationship. It could be a person or it could be a thing. You know, it could be you. It could be, but that's not what I'm getting overall. It's probably just a toxic friend or a toxic family member, somebody like that. Just trying to move past that. Okay, so because it's depleting them, and they've been hurt, but they do have a whole lot of passion for you. Okay, there's definitely nothing wrong there. Okay, they find you very attractive, and all of that kind of stuff. They've been worrying a lot about this relationship, though. That doesn't mean that there are things to worry about that are necessarily. It doesn't have to be rational, you know. But they have been worrying about it. They're feeling stuck in a situation that has to do with this relationship. And because of that, it's like they don't know how to solve the problem. And their objective is to solve the problem, not to leave. You know, they want to solve whatever problem they're having in this relationship, okay? Now, in the 8 of Swords, the figure is blindfolded. So it could be somebody, especially if you're asking about a crush or somebody you haven't interacted with a whole lot. This is somebody who might not be able to see the situation very clearly, okay? So it could be this could be mentioning somebody who doesn't even realize that there could be a relationship, or it could be somebody who's kind of oblivious to what the problem is, but they still feel stuck, okay? But we have them sticking around, okay? They're going to continue to be available. They're going to continue to stay with you if you guys are a couple. And we have something new going on with you. And I really feel like it's this change of trying to honor their better feelings. If your person's made a mistake recently, this would be like they want to move on from what they did and make that up to you somehow, okay? So this toxicity could actually be from inside of them, which would actually make sense why they'd be worrying so much. But the bottom line is that there is going to be some kind of positive change, and it's going to make you guys more stable, okay? And again, we've got the Chariot here. So all of this energy right here is changing for the better, okay? But just understand, your person is plugged in physically, emotionally, and intellectually, okay? They're plugged in there. So this person really, you know, this person's a really healthy person that, you know, even though they might be going through some times right now, they're generally a pretty healthy person, and they're willing to look at the situation for what it really is, rather than, you know, maybe try to dismiss things, you know, things like that. So just know that. I feel like some of you guys might not know that. Right. Okay, hi pile number 4. Those of you who picked the Black Heart. Let's talk about your person. You and your person this week. Right. Wow. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles there. The King of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, we've got the Fox. And we've got the Fish. And we have Awakening. Okay. So, this would be the Sun. Wow. A lot of happiness going on here. Right, I'm just kind of honing in, because there's a lot. Okay, one thing about your person is they're not going to be showing very much feelings towards you this week, but everything else they're going to be showing you, okay? If you work together with this person, because I mean the 10 of Pentacles is the first card that comes up, that's why I'm mentioning that, and then later on we have the Fish, which is more associated with money. I understand it can be interpreted different ways. It could be a Pisces, it could be a group of events, you know, they're schooling fish, you know, I understand that, but the way I see the Fish is as money. So when I look at the 10 of Pentacles and then I look forward and I see the Fish there too, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a week that has to do with money, okay? So if you guys work together, maybe you're talking about ways to make more money, maybe you're talking about the business, maybe you're talking about how, man, a lot of people are coming in today, or wow, we haven't gotten a lot of orders, you know, that kind of thing, all right? So, since we've got the 10 of Pentacles, I do feel like you guys are going, if you work together, you're going to be really busy over the next 7 days. You're going to be just really bringing in a lot of money, a lot of interest, okay? So you've got that. Another thing that this can represent is that it's just a good card to show abundance of everything, okay? So it could be an abundance of love, a lot of love, a whole lot of stability. You know, when we talk about the Pentacles, we're talking about more stability, okay? So this could be talking about that. We've got the King of Wands. So guys, it's the King of Wands is a tricky person, because there's two ways of looking at this person, okay? And I think that for some of you it's one, and for others it's the other, and then for some of you it's both. But I feel like there's going to be either some drama going on, because the King of Wands can be very dramatic sometimes, okay? Like kind of yeah, kind of just prone to dramatics, right? Or maybe prone to theatrics, right? Okay, so there might be something like that going on, or it might just be like your person's really interested in you sexually this week, okay? It's going to be one or the other or both, okay? So that's what I'm getting there. And it's also like they're wanting to make something happen. They're wanting to make things happen in your relationship. It might feel kind of like a pressure on you, but just know that they're excited, okay? They're excited about the relationship they have with you. Alright, sorry for that cut. My camera did something kind of weird. Anyway, we were going to talk about the Lenormand next. So we've got the Fox here, and the Fox can be kind of tricky because the Fox can obviously literally mean a trickster, somebody who might be a little bit deceptive, or somebody who's too clever for their own good. But we have it paired with the Fish, so I feel like this is going to be like a clever way of making money, something like that. I don't feel like it's weird, because I don't feel like there's any kind of anything going on that's immoral, okay? You know, like we've got the King of Wands here, and the Ten of Pentacles, it just feels too stable, you know? The King of Wands, maybe he might be prone to theatrics, but he is somebody who's of high moral character, right? So it's kind of interesting there. So in this case, I think the fox could be an outside influence, somebody in your business, or somebody who you work with might stir up some trouble, okay? If it doesn't necessarily have to be your literal business, it could just be somebody's sticking their nose where it doesn't belong in your business, that kind of thing. But I just feel like there's something to just kind of be cautious about. It feels more right that this is somebody outside of your relationship that has an impact on your relationship. But understand that the fox is very clever and can be prone to deception and trickery. Okay, so keep that in mind. Again, I don't feel enough here with this or with this to warrant saying that it's definitely going to be your person or even you. You know, I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's coming from outside the relationship. But yeah, the fish is talking about money, okay, and work. So then we have the sun, which is called awakening here, and it's like everything's really, really happy, you guys. You know, everything's just great. The sun has a way of softening the blow of any kind of negative card that's surrounding it. So because the sun is here, you know, anything negative about this stuff can kind of change to the more positive qualities, okay? So it just might be that, you know, one or both of you are, you know, coming up with some kind of clever idea, you know? It can be something more like that. For those of you who don't work together, I do want to mention another scenario. It could be that one of you, your job is gonna have an impact on your relationship this week. All right, guys? Yeah. But the main thing that comes up, though, is this message. At least for me, that's what sticks out to me, is that this person might go through a time this week where they really want to talk to you. So, yeah. Yeah, make sure you're available for that. All right. Those of you guys who picked the purple fluorite heart, here is your reading. We've got Justice, the Magician, and the Page of Cups. The Bear, the Mountain, and Sacrifice. Okay. All right. So, somebody's going to be giving something up, and what I think it is control. Okay? Because they're not going to be controlling their feelings anymore. They're not going to be trying to kind of get in their own way with their feelings towards you, okay? I feel like your person is going to start being a lot more receptive to you and a lot more expressive as well, okay? This is great. We also have 2 major arcana cards here in addition, okay? So we've got Justice, okay? That's about truth. That's about balancing. That's about being an impartial judge, okay? And the Magician who wants to manifest something. So I really feel like what's going to happen, the story here for me is the truth is going to be revealed. It's going to come down. It's going to be taken from the mind, from the spirit, and it's going to be brought to earth. The Page of Cups energy is then expressing that to you, okay? So basically your person wants to express something emotionally with you. That emotionality is true, and it's something that they are telling you because they want this relationship to be more, okay? We've got a Bear and the Mountain, okay? So I think that one thing that's going to be affecting your relationship, those of you who are in school, this could be like a teacher or a professor, okay, that might be kind of cranky, that's kind of like putting an obstacle in between the two of you. Like maybe there's an assignment that needs to be done that's like, you know, might take away from some of your free time. And for those of you who are in the working world, I feel like a boss is going to be taking some time away from you and your person. So keep that in mind. That could be, you know, I'm just getting that it's an obstacle. This person, this kind of really kind of strong personality that's in a place of authority is going to be taking some time away. All right. if this person is you, if you like work from home or are studying from home, try to rearrange your schedule so that your person has enough time, okay? Because that's the restriction that I'm getting. And then we have sacrifice. So something's going to be given up. And again, like I said at the very beginning, it's going to be their feelings. They're not going to hold on so tight to that. And they're going to start telling you more about how they feel, which is, I feel like it's long overdue. So this is a great pile, guys. You're going to be having a really interesting week with that. Okay. All right. Hi, pile 6. Those of you who picked the pink rose quartz heart. So, your week's going to be up and down and up and down. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have 7 of Cups, the Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. There's going to be a lot of different ways, well, a lot of different decisions you can make this week. Okay. A lot of options. I think that it's going to be the time for the two of you to make a decision about your relationship this week, okay? Or at least some kind of decision that involves your relationship. So it might not be the decision that, okay, well, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, or okay, let's get engaged. It might not be that, but it might be the decision to, say, okay, we're gonna be dating now. We're gonna tell people we're dating, or something like that, you know? It doesn't necessarily have to be a big decision. And then the Tower, this is a scary card to see, right? But I always see it as like walls coming down to reveal what's behind them, okay? So this is kind of something that reveals the true nature of a thing, all right? And given that it's right next to the Wheel of Fortune, which is then next to a moon, I really feel like this is more about revealing what's hidden, and it's about timing. I don't feel that for most people that this is going to be your relationship itself. I feel like there's something that's going to happen this week that's going to affect your relationship because one of you is in a bad place, in a negative place, okay? For some of you, I do think that this is going to be more of a kind of humbling experience between you and your person. It's like you realize that maybe you were wrong about something, or you realize that maybe the relationship isn't what you thought it was, that kind of thing. But this realization is going to turn your luck around for the good, okay? I understand that a lot of people read the Wheel of Fortune different ways, and I'm aware of the different meanings, but in this particular spread, I'm getting the distinct feeling that this is for the better. So that's going to be positive, okay? So whatever comes out of this, even if it's a painful period of time for you or your person, okay, it's going to be better. This could just be, this could be a fight that the two of you have that really reveals a whole lot about the two of you and how you feel, some vulnerabilities and that kind of thing. And because of that, you guys know how to treat each other better. It could be something like that. We've got the moon, which is all about divine timing when it comes to the relationship. It's about phases and cycles and stuff like that. And what I'm getting is that it's like the universe is acknowledging through this reading that, yeah, it's been a while, or like there's something that's taking a really long time, but it's like this is just reassuring you that you guys are in the process of creating something together that's meaningful, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? And if you experience the Tower as a obstacle, as something that gets in the way of your relationship, do understand that we've got this overcoming a mountain, okay? And mountains represent obstacles, okay? So when you've got this card in the same spread as the Tower, that things are gonna, it's not gonna break you. It's not gonna break you at all, or your person. Okay, and we've got clear skies, which lets me know that their mind is clear, your mind is clear, okay? Then we've got Justice, okay? And again, this is another thing that kind of goes back to the Tower, is that this is, for many, for many of you guys, this Tower moment is going to basically expose a bigger truth, okay? This is also a time where you might be a little bit more impartial than usual, like more objective, kind of stepping back and seeing things for the way they really are. You know, that's another way of kind of looking at truth. This could also refer back to the Seven of Cups, just talking about how you have to make a judgment to pick, you know, and choose that decision that you need to make, okay? So if there's been like a bunch of decisions that are kind of piling up on you and you're like, I don't know what to do, you know, it's like, well, this week's the week you're going to have to make those decisions, okay? So, you know, it's not necessarily the best thing in the world, you know, anytime you have the Tower, that's kind of scary, but I'm not getting anything that is indicating that it's going to be bad, you know, you know, you'll have a moment, but, you know, things are still moving along, okay, guys? Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. Again, I really, really appreciate your feedback and your support. If there's any suggestion for a pick a card read that you'd like me to do, leave that in the comments or send me an email if you don't feel comfortable sharing that publicly. Again, all of my services are in the description if you want to book a private reading. And I will see you again at our next pick a card reading.